Hey guys, how you all doing? It's Stone here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm doing a Q&A video. Now I've been asking for some questions and so on. Some people have left me some questions where I haven't gone back to them because I've been saving them for such a video. And I got one or two questions from my request for questions. So this video is going to be about that and addressing you, the viewer. So let's hit it, let's get down to it. Okay, so most of these questions are about belts. I suppose this kind of peaked when I was doing the reviews on replica belts. So this one comes from Scott Inns, I hope I said that right, and he asked, do you know where I could buy replica belts really cheap by any chance? Okay, I'm going to give the same answer for a couple of these questions. I hope it's not boring, but it's the truth. For me, I pretty much buy any replica belts off eBay. Main reason for this is because they're a little bit cheaper than if you buy them brand new, and you can't buy some of them brand new from, like, say, WWE shop, for example. They don't make them anymore, some of them. Yes, but in terms of belts being really cheap, you're going to get some arseholes out there who want to rinse you for everything they can get for a replica belt. And some poor sods who don't know their stuff about replica belts. Replica belts are not the real thing. So let's say, for example, if you had someone charging you about £800 for, let's say, a Big Eagle Attitude Era WWF replica belt. That's way over the top. At most it should cost about, because they're rare now, I'd probably say at most about 350 to 400. That's only because they're so rare now and they don't make ones with the WWF logo. But let's say a current WWE replica belt, let's say the Intercontinental cast replica that I did a review on before. If you see someone selling that for about same price, let's say 350 to 400, it's not worth that. If you buy it brand new, I think they're about 300. So you might as well do that. Buy it from, say, WWE shop or Euro shop, wherever you are, what have you, because they still make them. But yeah, in terms of buying cheap belts, eBay is my main place, and that's where I've got pretty much all my replica belts, apart from the odd few. So I hope that answers your question. Next one is from Justin Greenwald, and this was about the, I believe, the version 1, excuse me, Deluxe Undisputed title I had. So he says, hey man, the version 1 is my favourite. For some reason I have not been able to find any Deluxe versions anywhere. I want to buy a version 1 but can't find the Deluxe of any belt. Do you know why these are so hard to find now? Do you know where I can buy one? Thanks. So, thanks for your question, Justin. Same answer, eBay. That'd be the place to go for me if I was buying it. The Undisputed version 1 I found, I had spoken to the person I bought off on Twitter, but I did buy it off of eBay. So, Deluxe versions, I'm not a professional or 100% clued up on this stuff, but I don't think they make Deluxe belts anymore, so the only place you're going to find them is second hand, and eBay would be the first place for me. Like I said, do a bit of research. Deluxe versions aren't that much of a step up from replica belts. I think it's literally just the straps a little bit more loose than a standard replica. So do your research a bit. If you go on eBay, don't fall into the trap of someone rinsing you dry, taking the piss, ripping you off. That's the term I was looking for. Ripping you off for a Deluxe replica belt, because they're not the real thing. Yeah, so if you want any Deluxe belt, I'd say check out eBay. Main thing is do your research and make sure you're not paying over the odds for a replica belt, because replica belts really, unless maybe they're rare, they don't really go up in value, they lose their value. The only time they sort of maintain their value or might go up is for a real belt, a handmade belt. So yeah, Deluxe versions I'd say check out eBay, but make sure you're not getting ripped off. I hope that answers your question. Alright, this next one is from Andrea Giordano. I hope I've said that right. This one's about mini belts. Very simple question. How much are they and where from? Okay, where from? For me, I bought mine from a UK based website called wrestlingworld.co.uk. How much are they? Generally you're looking around the, say, between £30 to £50 mark, in between there. That's how much they should be. So if you see anything above that, I'd say it's a rip-off. How much are they? Right, I've got the mini WWE spinner belt that John Cena introduced, and that cost me £50. suppose because there's a lot of little diamonds on there, the fake diamonds, and it spins. Decent price. I've also got another mini belt, well, 2 mini belts to show you. One of them is rare, they don't make them anymore. I found that on eBay, I paid £40 for that. That one's not a spinner, and that's alright. Like I said, below £50, fine, I was going to pay for it, I'm going to keep it. Be doing a review on that. And also another belt, this will give it away, spinner belt, that cost 30, I believe, 30 or £35. So yeah, Wrestling World, like I said, UK, I don't know where you can get them in the US, maybe JoseChampionshipBelts, but I've had a few comments about them. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to bash them. How much are they? Like I said, between 30 to £50 UK based. I don't know how much that is in dollars or what the US price is. So yeah, mini belts, they're cool, and really that answers your question, I hope. So thanks for that. And another question here about belts from JoseChampionshipBelts. Why did you stop collecting replica belts? Why did I stop? Basically, I had quite a few, and then I sort of found out about the quality between a real belt and a replica belt. And like I said, replica belts are not the real thing. I did have the World Heavyweight Championship replica belt, which I did a review on, and if you put that next to a real handmade World Heavyweight Championship belt, or Greenwald belt, whatever you want to call it, the detail is, they're 2 worlds apart. The replica belts are so flat because they're just, a lot of them are just printed rather than, no, stamped, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for, rather than handcrafted or moulded. And so yeah, the detail is just very bad, and that's the reason why I managed to stop, why I started selling them, because just because they sort of go down in value, they don't go up in value. So I thought, people will want them, let me get rid of them. People have use for them, I'm just going to sort of keep them here. It's just a lot of money sitting in one place, so that's why I started selling them. And just because I would like to own a real belt one day, one that I'm going to keep. The real one I wanted to get was the Big Eagle, but apparently that's virtually impossible now, or if you get one from Jmar, it's not going to be 100% accurate, so I've given up on that dream. So I've kept my Big Eagle replica belt, that's what I'm looking for. So I might do a review on that. I've got a plan for that, but it just hasn't worked out to do a review. So the reason, yeah, I stopped collecting is just because I just had so many. I personally was not too happy with the quality of it compared to a real belt, and there are people out there who would have use for them, so I thought, let me spread the love and I'll sell them off. That's my reason. I've got a few right now, but I'm going to do reviews and I'll probably shift a couple of them, but let's see what happens. Alright, and finally we've got one here from Eric Rosa. This is a really good question. I could probably make a separate video on this, but I'm going to do it in this one. So this one says, I'm going to read what was written. It says, please answer this question for me. Do you think the WWE is suckish these days in comparison to the Attitude Era? As in personalities, entrance, titles, etc. Yes, no, and why? Your opinion. And this is from, as I said, Eric, all the way from Puerto Rico. So it's fantastic that my videos have reached out to Puerto Rico. Thank you very much, Eric, for your question, and thanks for watching my videos. I assume you're a subscriber. If you are, fantastic. So anyway, of course the answer would be yes, but there are some factors that I think are hindering people getting over. So it's, like I said, the answer is yes in my opinion, but there are reasons why it might be like this. Okay, so first thing that comes to my head is, back in the day, Attitude Era, and even before that, you had a lot, the wrestlers were characters. A lot, you know, obviously they don't 100% play themselves now, but when I say characters, I mean like they had different identities, like nicknames and so on. So let's say, for example, we had Val Venus, a porn star. Great gimmick, but, you know, I'm going to go on to something else in a second. But say, like, today, a lot of them just use, like, a name, either their real name or a made-up name, but, you know, it's just like a name. So let's say, for example, Curtis Axel. I always pick on this guy. I don't like his character, but maybe it's not entirely his fault. You have to think what the writers have given them. They're reaching out to a different audience now. It's more, as we all know, PG TV, oriented towards children and families, which is a great shame in the sense that long-term fans of the WWE are not getting the same product that they're used to and that they want. But you have to look at it from their perspective. Reaching out to children is a definite money maker, because kids these days will buy into anything, let's say. You know, when you got the people hating on John Cena, it sounds like it's a lot of male adult voices. When you got the people cheering for Cena, you know, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. When you got the people cheering for Cena, it sounds like women and children. So the children are always going to support someone like John Cena, and he's a money maker. So, in my opinion, characters and such suck now in comparison to the Attitude Era, because they have to change the way they're going with it, aiming for children and families, like I said. Whereas in the Attitude Era, they could just do whatever the fuck they wanted. They were in competition against WCW. They had to push the envelope. They had to do something else. You know, they could just really do anything. Yeah, so it's very... I've just read the question again, and it says about entrances. Now, entrances, I'm going to talk more about the arenas. The arenas today are a lot of the same, probably because it's easier to have the same sort of arena, like the whole LED lights and that. It's very boring, but, you know, I suppose it makes it easier for them because they're doing shows, what, 6 days a week, let's say. I was just talking to my brother about this a couple of weeks ago. Back in the day, you used to have lots of construction for the entrances and arenas. They were really good. I always used to eagerly anticipate what the arena's going to look like, but now I couldn't really care. It's only WrestleMania that I sort of look forward to in terms of the whole setup of the arena. Other than that, I know what to expect. So yeah, it's a different product, sadly. So if you grew up watching the Attitude Era and so on, of course it's not going to be as good. But like I said, they've had to adapt to, I don't know what to say now. They're reaching out to a different audience. That's my main point. So that's the reason why I think that characters are not as good. You know, they can't reach out and push the envelope like they did. And when someone says arse on TV or something like that, you think, ooh, he actually went there. So yeah, my main answer to that is just because they reached out to a different audience, and I hope that answers your question. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for your questions. I hope I answered them as best as I could. Please feel free to send in more questions. You can leave them in the comment section of this video, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'll have it at the end of this video. I'm only going to say subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date with the videos coming, because I don't have a schedule for them. It's not like come back every Wednesday when there'll be a new video, so just as and when. So if you want to keep up to date, then just subscribe to my channel. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, so I got a couple more videos in mind. I just need to find the time to film them and then obviously edit them together. But thanks for your questions. Feel free to send me more questions and I'll answer them as best as possible. Like I said, I've got a couple more belt reviews to come, and I will film them as soon as I can. So thank you very much guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. All the best to you.